Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? I am so happy to be here with you today. I am bringing you this really cute card today. It is a totally easy, awesome bird thank you card. Look how cute it is. And we will be making this today. It is a very quick card. You have a cute little bird inside as a surprise. And we're using the Sweet Songbirds bundle this week. So this Sweet Songbirds bundle is in the annual catalog. It is available on page, I believe, 31. Let's double check. Yes, page 31, and it's only $34 for the bundle, which means you get the stamp set. And you get this awesome Bird Builder's Punch, which punches out all of the bird pieces that you need to do the large bird here. So his breast, his wing, his beak. And so what's really cool is that you can do punch art with it. And you can also use it to cut out this bird in the stamp set. So let's go ahead and get started. I've paired it today with the stylish shapes. You guys know how much I love my shape dies. And if you don't have this one yet, what are you waiting for? It's amazing. So check it out. And I have used that for this little circle here that I stamped this sentiment in, and the cute little banner. It's this one right here, and the second smallest circle. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way so that we can get started stamping. And let's go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and sit down. We are going to be using our Pacific Point cardstock, and I have cut it 4 inches by 11 inches. And not 4 inches, 4¼ inches by 11 inches. Ooh, looks like I frayed it a little bit there. Have to make sure that that's on the inside, and I'll have to take care of that. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I don't know what I did there. Maybe my cutter might have needed a little bit of help, but I'm good now, I think. Yeah, I got most of that off. Okay, sorry about that. Got a little distracted. So we're gonna score it in half. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring these 2 points together. Then I'm gonna grab my bone folder. I'm gonna press this in this direction, and that forms the top of my card. Okay, so on the front we have a piece of designer series paper. This is from the Celebrate Everything. It's a host paper pack, and it's in the mini catalog that is brand new, that started in July. You have until December, I believe, might be January 1st or 2nd or something, to order out of it. And it is a free paper pack with a $150 party, or if you put an order of $150 yourself, you can also get it. So let's go ahead and attach that. Look at how cute the other side is as well. I probably should be putting my silicone mat down because you guys know how messy I am. So let's do that before I make a mess on my mat here. And we're going to go ahead and go all the way around. Okay. I like to use something to help me pick that up. And we're going to go ahead and attach that onto the front of our card. And this piece is 4 inches by 5¼ inches. Isn't it the cutest polka dot? I just think it's such a cute print. I love it. So there's that. So now we're going to have 2 pieces to form this bannered end. Okay, so we have 2 of them. So we have a piece of Pacific Point that's 4 by 2¼ inches, and we have a piece of of Basic White that is 3 7/8 by 2 1/8. So it's an 1/8 smaller, an 1/8 of an inch smaller in width and in height apart. So 4 by 2¼ inches, 3 7/8 by 1 1/8. These are what's going to form this forked piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I cut that. So I'm going to start with this smaller piece, and I'm going to come right here. I'm just eyeballing the center, and I'm just going to come up as far as I want to go. If I want it shorter, I can leave it shorter. I'm going to make mine fairly deep. Then I'm going to take this point here, and I'm going to meet where that ended. So I'm going to take from that corner, bring my scissor, right there. That's that one. Let's do this side. Same thing. Go from this corner right to that end there. And there's my banner end. These get discarded. Now we have to do it again, okay? So this time, this is gonna get attached here. So for it to match, I'm gonna hold it in place, okay? And I am going to come in like so and cut. And then come in from this side and cut. And I don't want that to have that squared end, so I have to make sure I angle it a little better. There we go. So there is how I got my two forked pieces, okay? So we're gonna attach that there, but first we're gonna go ahead and do a little stamping. Now, we're gonna put a birdie on the inside. He's our tiny bird, and our larger bird is in the nest. So I have already stamped the nest in crumb cake, and I fussy cut it out. And I have already die cut the circle that we need, and I stamped it with a little note of thanks because I had to stamp it before I die cut it out. And then I also die cut the banner piece that we're going to use. So that's there. And then this is the wing that I'm using for the bird that's inside the nest. And this is the wing for the little bird that's inside our card. So our inside piece of our card is also 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we are going to stamp on that one first. We're going to stamp our blue bird. So let me move this actually out of the way. We're going to bring our Pacific Point in. And I'm going to grab my stamp that has the smaller bird. I'm going to ink him up. Isn't he so cute? Let me show you what this guy looks like. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and position him onto my card. Press him into place. So there he is, all in his cute glory. Let's get my stamp cleaner. And I have already stamped his little wing and cut that out. So here it is. And this is going to get attached on top. We have to do his eyes. So the eyes are going to go in Memento black. And his little nose, his little beak, you can see there's a spot for it right there, is going to be in pumpkin pie. And I have already stamped a bunch of these. Okay, so there's one for the outside bird and one for the inside. So let's go ahead and give him his eyes, and then we'll give him his little feet, and then we can glue his wing on. So let me move that out of the way. I'm going to give him his little eyes first. Isn't he precious? Let's clean that, and let me get his little feet. So these birds, there's 2 sets of feet. Obviously, I don't want the feet going that way because it'll look backwards, right? So I need the feet to go the direction that this bird is in. So there's 2 sets of feet. So be aware that the feet go in 2 separate directions, and that you want to make sure that you have the right foot for your right bird. So here's this one. So there's his little feet. Isn't he cute? And even without his orange beak, he's still adorable. So let's go ahead and glue his little orange beak on. I'm going to close this pad for right now. I'm going to use it again in a minute. But we're going to put a little bit of wet adhesive on his little mouth there. And we'll go ahead and put that beak down. And then we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of adhesive there. We're going to put his wing on. Oh my gosh, he's so precious. Okay, so that's our bird for the inside. So now that we have him in place, let's go ahead and put some adhesive on the back, and we can put him on the inside of our card. And our inside is finished. So let's open up, grab our card, and put him on the inside of our piece of cardstock. So cute he is. All right, so there's him. He's waiting for someone to open this card, right? So let's work on the outside now. So I've already fussy cut my nest, so that's going to go there, and I want my bird to go on the inside of my nest. So I have my bird that's going in this direction, and he's going to be in Sweet Sorbet. So I'm going to ink that one up. I'm going to bring this down, and I'm going to move this out of the way once I'm ready to stamp my bird. So there is that. Okay. And I've already stamped his wing, which actually I need to let you know. Let me show you the stamp set again real quick after I do this. So here's the stamp set. So you can see you have the image of the bird, and then you see this white part of the bird. This is a stamp that goes over the top. So if you wanted him to be red with like a pink bottom, like his little breast of his front of him. If you wanted it to be pink or yellow or green or blue or whatever color you want it, you can stamp it. And this stamp fits right over the top, and then this one fits right over the top of here. But what I have done is made those the wing of the bird. So I just think that that stamp looks like a wing to me. And so when I put it on my bird, I love how it looks like a wing. So I have stamped that stamp, and I have punched it out with my punch. The punch that we have punches out. There's the wing. So here is the one. See, it would get punched out right there. Here is my wing, and I'm going to go ahead and attach that with a dimensional onto my bird. I want it to be a little bit raised up. So I'm just going to put one dimensional on there, and I'm going to pull the back off of it. And we're going to go ahead and place it there. Now, I need to stamp his eyes, and I'm going to use Memento for the eyes. And as you can see that mine are kind of raised up, and I'll show you how I did that in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and stamp that in place here. All right. And then I'm going to clean that stamp. My bird inside has eyes. Yeah, I stamped them already. Okay. I just have for a second guessed myself. And then I have to put his little beak on. So his little beak is also pumpkin pie colored. So that's the color that I've chosen to use for the beaks. Ooh, that was a lot of glue. I don't need that much. I'm gonna lift some up with my finger. I'm gonna have to be pulling out my baby wipes in a minute to clean my hands. So I'm gonna put my beak in place. So cute, this little bird. All right, so now I can add my nest, right? So I have my bird down, so I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on the back of my nest. And we're going to use our take your pick tool this time instead of my fingers because it works way better. Pull the backs off, and we're going to attach our nest. So it looks like he is hanging out in his cute little nest, just like that. Okay. Now this I'm going to attach onto my piece of Pacific Point. So I'm going to grab my glue. And we're going to go ahead and attach that on. And you just want to rock it into place here. That's what I love about using this wet adhesive, is that it gives you that little bit of wiggle room. Perfect. All right. So there's our little bannered bird. And now I want to tie some adhesive, some twine around him. So I have chosen to use the In Color 2022 to 2024 In Color twine. And you can see it comes in all 5 in colors: Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis, and Tahitian Tide. I've used the Sweet Sorbet today, and it's about 26 inches. of twine approximately, and I folded it in half. And the reason that I folded it in half, I wanted a double bow. So in order to have a double bow, you have to start with it folded in half. And then you're just going to tie it like normal. It's just going to have that extra loop. So we're going to go ahead and attach it like that. And I kind of want it tied on this side, right? I like that. So let's go ahead and hold that in place. I'm going to make my first loop and then make my next one. Pull that through. And then make my loops as big or as small as I want. Once I'm happy with those, I will pull it nice and tight. I think I want them a little smaller. So let's pull on. I hold the knot so that my loop stays even. And I'm happy with that. All right, and so now to get it to listen to me and lay how I want it, I'm gonna get a little glue dot. I'm also gonna trim this end and this end. Okay, so I'm gonna get a mini glue dot and I'm gonna use my take your pick tool and I'm gonna stick it behind that bow and then it's gonna listen to me. So let's go ahead and ball that mini glue dot up. Watch this, this is the amazing part. So you lift your bow up and you put it underneath the twine on that knot and then you press it down. And when you do that, it makes it live exactly the way you want it so that it behaves itself. So there is that. We are going to pop this up off of our card. So let's put some dimensionals on here. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool after I press them down. And one more. So here's our little bird. We're going to figure out where we want it on our card. About right there. Looks good to me. What do you guys think? I like it. Gonna put him in place. So now comes our little note of thanks. So let's glue this down flat. So I'm going to get my wet adhesive. This is going to go flat and then the circle is going to be lifted up. Grab my tweezers. So this is going to go right here and we want it centered. So I'm going to center it in this spot. And once I have it in place, I'm going to use some mini dimensionals this time, because it's so small. So I'm going to put 3 mini dimensionals, just like that. I'm going to pull the backs off of them. And then I'm going to take my circle and I'm going to attach it onto that bannered piece so that I have a little point sticking out at the top. How cute is that? I love it. Now, we have a couple things to finish it off, right? So we're going to put some embellishments. So we're going to use today the solid faceted gems, and they come in these 6 beautiful colors. I'm going to use the blue ones. And I'm just going to pick 3 at random. So I'm just going to start with this big one here, and I'm going to put it, whoops, right there. Let's take another big one. And let's put it down here, maybe there. And I'm just covering the polka dots wherever I want that. And I'm going to put this one on my little circle because I just think it looks cute. And now you can see the eyes are different on this bird. And so what I did to get that look of the eyes is I've used an embellishment for the eyes. So I wanted my eyes to pop a little bit, so I decided to use the classic matte dots. I had a ton of these left over, and I was mostly using these other colors, but not the black. So I decided to use the black to do the eyes of these birds, and I loved how it looked. Isn't that precious? Super cute. All right, so I can put my classic matte dots away. Well, if I can slide them in the package. It looks like I got a little crazy with this packaging. I might have to tape it and get it to, doesn't want to live there. Come on, work with me. I know I was bad and I did something. I don't know what I did. Oh, I see. It's kind of stuck there. Once I get it in there, I can tape it. These cellophane bags, sometimes they tear if you're a little rough with them. I didn't think I was being rough, but I'm gonna just tape it, and that way I don't have to worry about it coming off. All right, so there's that. So I have these classic matte dots for the eyes, and I think that turns out awesome. What do you guys think? Such a cute little quick and easy card to make using the Sweet Songbirds Punch stamp set, which is a bundle for $34. Such an awesome deal. And stylish shapes. If you add stylish shapes to your bundle, you're almost all the way ready to get your $100 level of celebration. By the end of August, if you spend $100 in my online store, anything that you want, it doesn't have to be this bundle, but anything that you want, you can qualify for either 2 level 1 freebies or 1 level 2 freebie. The level 2s are a little bit more expensive stuff and it's worth a little more, so you get 1, and if you pick a little bit cheaper things, then you can pick 2. So that would make it pretty awesome, don't you think? $50 and $100 level. So I would appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and you can share this video to your Pinterest. You can share it to a friend. You can share it to Facebook. I greatly appreciate that. I would so be grateful to you if you would pass that on to your friends. Definitely check out my blog, inkyhandswarmhearts.com. It is my website. It is my hub. I have lots of information on there. If you have any questions, check there first. You probably will find an answer, but always feel free to reach out to me if you need anything. Thanks for being here. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Thanks for being with me. Happy stamping!